Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing circles and circumference. Again, we're starting out with our vocabulary. So we're starting out with what is a circle? A circle is just a set of all the points in a plane that are at the same distance from any given point. So we have an example over here. So we have a center, we have a radius. Circle is going to go around. It's going to be the exact same distance from that center all the way around. Next is a chord. A chord is a line that's joining 2 points on a circle. The diameter is the longest chord in any circle. So if you look over here at our picture, we have chords are A, F, and EB, AF, 2 points that are touching the outside, and EB. And then our next one is diameter. A diameter is a line segment joining 2 points on a circle and passing through the center of the circle. The diameter is equal to 2 radii. So then we can see here our diameter is EB, which was one of our chords. We said it's the longest chord. It passes through 2 points and the center. Okay? And it consists of 2 radii. So then what is a radii? So a radii is the distance from the center of the circle to its circumference, or it's from the center to the surface on a sphere. So then if we look here, our radii are EC, E to C, which is the center, C to B, which is on a cross, and then CD. Those are all radii. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and scoot this up. Apologize, I'm just trying to get it all there on the page for you to be able to see. There we go. So then the last two are circumference and pi. Circumference is the distance around a circle, and then we have 2 formulas for that. You can either use circumference equals 2 pi r, or you can use pi times diameter. So then pi, that's just the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. We oftentimes use the approximation of 3.14, and then you'll see this little symbol a lot too, the little pi symbol. So that's all your vocabulary for today's lesson. So now let's look at some examples. Alright, so we're going to start out here. Excuse me. First, we're just going to name this circle. So to name a circle, we are going to make a circle, put a dot in the middle. Hopefully you remember this from earlier this year. And then we name it with the center, which is R. Okay? And then we're going to name a radii. Name any of the radii on here. So we go from the outside to the center. So we have A to R, that would be one. From R to B would be another. From this side, we've got Y to R. And then on across is R to X. Next is to name the chords. Remember, chords touch 2 points on the outside of our circle. So we have A, X. We have YB. And then our diameters are also chords. So we also have YX and AB. Okay, so as long as it touches 2 places on the outside of our circle, then it is considered a chord. Next, we're going to name the diameters. That should have an S. So we have 1 is XY, and we have another that cuts across through the center, that is AB. So those are our 2 diameters here. Next, we're going to find AR. AR, we said, was a radius. If we know that AB, which we said AB was a diameter, is 18. Well, what's the relationship between those two? AR and RB are both radii, so they're the exact same length. for that circle. So if AB is 18, AR is going to be half of that. So 18 divided by 2 gives us 9. So AR equals 9 millimeters. Okay? Then the next one says, is AB congruent to XY? And explain. Are those congruent to each other? Well, AB is a diameter. XY is a diameter. If it's in the same circle, are those going to be congruent to each other? Yes. AB and XY are both diameters in the same circle. So they are congruent. Great. Okay, let's move on to some more practice. Sorry, I'm just trying to move it so that way you can see all of it at the same time, hopefully. Okay, so now we have the radius, diameter, or circumference of a circle is given. You're going to find the missing measure to the nearest tenth. So if we know that a radius is 4, what would the diameter be? Well, the diameter is twice as long. There's 2 radii in every diameter, so it's going to be 8 centimeters. Now, how do I find circumference? If you remember, I can either use circumference equals 2 pi r, or I can use pi times diameter. Okay, well, I have diameter, so I'm going to use this one. So my circumference is 8 pi, and then I'm actually going to plug it into my calculator to figure out what that decimal would be. So if we plug that in, we get approximately 25, and I'm going to go just to one decimal place, 25.1 centimeters. Next, we have a diameter of 6, so we know there's 2 diameters in every radius, so my radius is going to be half of the diameter, which is 3 feet. So then for circumference, again, I'm going to use pi times diameter, so pi times 6, we have 6 pi, which is approximately, if we plug it into our calculator again, we get 18.8 feet. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We have radius here is 4.1 centimeters. So diameter, again, diameter has 2 radii. So we're just going to take that times 2, which gives us 8.2. So 8.2 centimeters is my diameter. And then for my circumference, I'm going to take 8.2 times pi. So 8.2 pi, which is approximately, if we plug it into our calculator, I'm getting 25.8 if I round there, and that would be centimeters. Okay? Alright, so that's all we're doing in today's lesson. It's just very basic introduction to circles. Have a great day, and I'll see you in class.